vitals that just gives me the creeps.
I hope he didn't crack his head open. There sure was a lot of blood.
Don't remind me. I'm sure he's fine. Excuse me.
Yes.
Do you know where we could find George Ochoa?
Sure, I'll check that for you. Yes, you can locate him through these double doors, first hall on your left, yellow sun.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Miss Ochoa.
Hi, kids. I was hoping you could come by.
How's George?
He's better now, thanks to you guys. That was quick thinking.
Can we go inside and see him?
I don't see why not. You just need to be very quiet. The doctor's in with him, and he just went to sleep, so not too long, okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
His blood pressure has been stable, pulse strong and steady at 80 beats per minute. He just got back from X-ray and is resting, and we're waiting for his lab results.
Let's continue his IV for another 12 hours and schedule an MRI for in the morning. I want us to continue monitoring him every hour.
Okay. Anything else, doctor?
I think he's doing better now. Just let me know when the lab results get back.
Okay.
You must be George's friend. I'm Dr. Farindelli.
Hi, I'm Camille, and this is Sabrina and Robert. How's George?
Yeah, he doesn't look so good.
Why does he have that needle in him?
George hit his head pretty hard when he fell off the skateboard, but I think he's going to do just fine. We'll know his condition a lot better when we get the results of the MRI and the other laboratory tests.
What's an MRI?
What if he had been wearing a helmet?
Why does he have that needle in him?
Whoa. I really want to answer your questions, but I have to see some other patients right now. But let me introduce you to Dr. Mancias.
Hi guys, what's up?
Hi.
Pedro, these kids want to know a lot more about George's condition, but I have to go off and see some patients now.
No problem, I have some time. Why don't we go to my office and we can talk there? Let's let George sleep a little.
Okay.
Find a seat, guys. This is one of our classrooms that we use for teaching. I think you'll find this quite interesting.
How bad is he, Dr. Mancias?
Well, we think George is going to be fine. We're going to have to do a careful examination of his brain. I think after our discussion, you understand a little bit more about what it's going to take for George to get better.
Okay.
He was skateboarding.
Yeah, we were there.
What you doing? Want to see this cool trick I learned? Sure. Watch. Watch out!
Well then, you know he fell and hit his head. Fortunately, somebody called the ambulance right away.
That was me. He was out cold.
The paramedics said he lost consciousness, but were careful with him and got him to the hospital as quickly as possible. In the emergency room, they examined George to determine how badly he was hurt. They did an X-ray and determined that George had indeed suffered a concussion.
What's a concussion?
Yeah.
A concussion is an immediate but reversible traumatic brain injury. It usually occurs when you strike your head against a stationary object or you take a blow to the head.
What? Huh?
Okay, let me think of a better way to explain this. The brain is like the body's computer. It receives input from every part of your body and then sends output to all of those parts. It controls everything that your body does.
Even something like blinking my eyes?
Yes, blinking your eyes or scratching your head. But let's get our focus back on George. George hit the front part of his head, and our concern is if there's been any damage to his brain. The top part of the brain is called the cerebrum, and it is the largest part of the brain. In a human, the cerebrum is about the size of two of your fists put together. The cerebrum receives messages from all over your body and then interprets that information and reacts.
So my cerebrum helps me know when to turn my skateboard.
Exactly. Besides controlling your emotions, it stores all your knowledge and all your memories.
So if my cerebrum got damaged, I might act differently?
That's right, it controls your personality. So we want to make sure that George's cerebrum wasn't injured. There are other parts of the brain that are very important. At the base or bottom of the brain, there's something called the cerebellum. The cerebellum is a little smaller than the size of your fist.
Didn't you just talk about that?
No, this is a little different. The cerebellum helps control your muscles with balance and maintain posture.
Sabrina's always running into stuff. Does that mean there's something wrong with her cerebellum?
Whatever.
But I bet you need your cerebellum to play sports.
Yes, that's true, but you also need it to do things like walk or play the piano. You also need it for motor coordination.
So there's the cerebrum and the cerebellum. Is there anything else?
Yes, there's a third part called the brainstem. The brainstem connects the brain to the spinal cord. The brainstem is sometimes referred to as the primitive brain because even the simplest creatures in the animal kingdom have something like it.
What's the brainstem in charge of?
The brainstem controls our breathing and the speed of your heartbeat, the most basic functions that we need to survive. Your brainstem, your cerebellum, and your cerebrum are collectively called your brain. The brainstem connects the brain to the spinal cord. If the brain is the processing unit on a computer, then the spinal cord connects the computer with almost everything that it runs. The spinal cord connects the brain to our muscles so you can walk, run, or make those moves on your skateboard. These four parts, the cerebrum, the cerebellum, the brainstem, and the spinal cord, are collectively called the central nervous system.
The central nervous system?
That's right. We sometimes refer to it as the CNS.
So, Dr. Mancias, what do you think happened to George?
Since George suffered a concussion, we want to make sure that neither George's cerebrum, cerebellum, or brainstem were damaged in his fall. We'll be able to determine that by the use of a study called an MRI.
And he's going to have one of those tomorrow,
Yep.
right?
First thing in the morning.
Can we come back and find out the results?
We probably should ask George's parents, but I don't think that they'll mind. You know, if you want to learn more about the central nervous system, a great place to go to is the John P. McGovern Museum of Health and Medical Science. It's here in the Texas Medical Center, pretty close by.
I've heard of that place.
Hey, tomorrow's Saturday. Maybe we could go.
Yeah, sounds great. If you have any more questions, stop by my office, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Macias.